Hello again. So today I would just like to look into a simple calculator. In a sense, it works great to an extent, like 3 plus 3, 6. But then again, when you go into like decimal points, 3 divided by 6. It doesn't. I couldn't figure out the way for decimal points to come out. It doesn't work really well. Six, divide that by 9. I mean, if there was not whole numbers, it works great. So maybe one day I'll figure that out. But other than that, the whole thing works great if you need, like, for adding, subtracting, and multiplication. So let's look into that. So this goes back to the the number pad itself from the previous videos. It's really simple in the sense that these are just hotspots. You can get more creative with buttons or with dual states, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted something simple. Maybe later on I'll get more creative with it. And so now we're looking into the top part itself. This one is a text one. This one is a text one, not a number one, because you see the 0. No, this is just as a text one. A number one normally comes out of 0, but this one I set it up to where it automatically comes out of 0. Makes it more calculator looking. If I didn't add the 0, it would just be a clearing display. But it's up to you how you want to design it. So let's look into the programming here. So here I need 3 variables. So I have VA0, VA1, and VA2. The way I set it up is, you have to imagine this is your first bank. Let's say 1 plus 3 to give an example. So 1 would go in here, plus would go into this bank, and 3 would go into this bank. And then this would be the answer as well. The second one would be the answer as well. So you're on the second one, you're doing the signing and then the answering as well. I mean, you could have added equal signs for the equal sign. You could have added another bank here, but I was trying to use as little as possible. So, for one, to try to make it less confusing, and 2, less memory. Always try to think of programming with the least memory as possible. So let's look into let's pick a number here. The text one. Let's begin with the number here. So let me zoom in here. Okay, so this will be number 1 that we're looking at here. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, this would be number 1. So I clicked on number 1. So these first few lines are going to be same with 1 through 0. If t0.txt equals open quotations 0 close quotations, we're looking at here if the display is equal to 0. What you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to clear the screen. In other words, you're going to clear the screen here. This is just a clear screen process here. So you're clearing out the screen. So what's going to happen is you're going to t0.txt equals t0.txt minus 10. I put it as minus 10 because that's how I have it set up for the t0 for the top of the display there. So you show 10 numbers. So minus 10, so it's going to clear 10 numbers. And then if it does not equal to if it does not have a 0 on there, what we're looking at next is the else if t0.txt equals plus. Then what we're going to go ahead and do is also, let me see here, t0 text. So what we're doing also is we can do this whole same thing for the plus, the minus, the division, and the multiplication. You're clearing out the, let's say 1 plus 3, you're clearing out the plus part of aspect of it. This can be made much simpler, but I was doing it in a rush, so that's what I came up with. You can actually take that out to where it would just be a clear screen, but this is what I came up with, so I kind of need to make it better. There's tons of room of improvement in this program itself, in all the programs, but that way, for memory aspect, for saving memory. So now for the number aspect of it, it's the same thing as the number keypad from the previous video. It's just t0.txt equals t0.txt plus the open quotations with the 1 and then close the quotations. So it's pretty much repetitious to all through 1 through 0. It's just to make sure you clear out the screen and then display the number itself. So let's look into the all clear is the same way. All clear is the same way. You make sure you clear out your banks, VA0, VA1, VA2, and then clear out the screen as well. And then here, once you clear out everything for the display on the top, this is where I added the 0. Here you could have just left this out and have no 0. And then the clear, well, that one's simple as well, same as the previous videos, the number pad. We're just doing one at a time, one number at a time, so we're just minusing one number. So for the plus sign, I added it on the release. You could add it on the press event or touch release event, it's up to you. So what I have to do is, since you're converting from a text to a variable, you have to convert it. So t0.txt comma va0.val comma 0. So maybe I'll make a video on this. There is some more on this later on, but for this part of the video, this is how we do it. We're just converting on the same page the t0 to the variable itself. And then for the plus, va1, I put the va1.val is equal to 1. So for the plus sign, I figured, well, the plus will be equal to 1, the minus sign will be equal to 2, the division sign will equal to 3, and then the multiplication sign will equal to 4. That's how I determined for each. And then you look down here, and then it'll be the t0.txt equals to t0.txt minus 10. That's what clearing out the screen again. And then once you clear out the screen, then you put a plus sign, and then we'll add a plus sign. That's why it'll show the plus sign on there. So you get the 1 plus on the screen, and then 2, for example, equals 3. So that's the plus sign. And the minus sign is the same way. and then the division sign, and then your multiplication sign. So let's look into the an exit button. It just depends on which page you go to. It's very simple. Nothing special about that one. Here it is. And then it goes into the enter button, which does all the work here, which is a little bit more interesting here. I'm not going to go too much into it. Here it is on the screen. It should be self-explanatory. YouTube only allows me 15 minutes and I'm at my 10-minute mark. So let's see if we can look into this real quick here. You're going to convert the t0.txt. You're going to convert from the text that's on the t0, and you're going to convert it to the VA2. So let's say 1 plus 3. So we're looking at the 3 aspect of it here. You're converting it to the display. You're going to convert it to the VA2. Now we're looking into what ifs. For example, on the first one, if the VA1 dot VAL value is equal to 1, so if this equals to a plus, then we're going to do the math into it. Then the VA1, the variable 1 dot value is equal to VA0 dot value plus VA2 dot value. So we're doing the adding aspect of it. And once you add it, then you're going to convert your variable to the text. So you're converting from a value to a text. Then it goes, it's pretty much the same thing to all of them. This would be the subtraction part aspect of it, the division part aspect of it, and then the multiplication aspect of it. So it's pretty much all the same. It's pretty simple as you look into it. There's nothing too hard about it. And that's about it. I hope you enjoy it and find it useful. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And you have a wonderful day.